All right, so I went ahead and moved into arcs, semicircles, and central angles of circles. So we are jumping from unit 4 to unit 7. And that was just simply because I wanted to just keep all this circle stuff together. And it's a pretty straightforward, easy skill. And so please make sure you pause to draw these pictures. I went ahead and just used the, this is the key that shows what an arc is. So your sketch needs to be done. So go ahead and pause the video now so that you can draw those. And so I will let me zoom out so you can see them all. So pause the video and make sure you sketch those. All right, and so in example 1, we're going to name each of these 3 things so that we name it using letters. So the central angle, we name using 3 letters. So the central angle is here, this angle in the middle, and it is L-E-Y. So it's angle L-E-Y. For the minor arc, we only use 2 letters, and the minor arc is the shorter of the 2 curved pieces. So from L to Y, and that is L-Y, and then we draw an arc over the top. And we read that arc L-Y. And that's an L, not a angle symbol. So make sure that you understand that is an L, the letter L. And then the major arc is always the larger part of the, so like the Pac-Man, if it looks like Pac-Man, the mouth is the minor arc, the Pac-Man body is the major arc. And we use 3 letters to name a major arc. So L-U-Y. And then the arc goes over the top. So if you're given an arc and it has 3 letters, then you know it's a major arc. If you were given an arc with 2 letters, then you know that it's a minor arc. There must be 3 letters for the major arc. All right? All right, so then the next example, we have a theorem. And this is a super easy theorem. This theorem is the sum of the central angles, and it states that the sum of the measure of the central angles of a circle with no interior points in common is 360 degrees. So that's just saying that inside a circle, all the way around the circle, is 360 degrees. And so that should sound familiar. That's not new information, really. So arcs are measured by their corresponding central angle. So the central angle equals the angle degree of the arc. So on this example 2, this central angle is 110 degrees. So the arc that is created by that angle, PM, is also just 110 degrees. So that's all that that's saying there. And then if we have to calculate this arc, this major arc, we just subtract from that total 360. So the measure of PCM, that's the angle measure, not an arc measure, but PCM is given as 110 degrees. Then the arc that is PM, remember that's going to be the minor arc because it's just 2 letters, so we go the short way, P directly to M, and that is going to be the same as that central angle. It is going to be 110 degrees. And then the major arc, because it's 3 letters, I know it's a major arc, P to N to M, going that long way around, that is going to be 360 minus the 110 of the minor arc. And when we do that, 360 minus 110, we get 250 degrees. So then what kind of arc is PM? Remember, it's got 2 letters, so it is a minor arc. And we're going to write those reasons. The first reason is because it's only 2 letters. And then it is also important to note minor arcs always are less than 180 degrees because 180 degrees is considered a straight angle. And so then if you go more than 180, that becomes the major arc. So it is the measure is of the angle is less than 180 degrees. All right, moving right along. So here's another sketch that you need to put into your notes. So I'm going to show you that sketch from here. So again, pause and draw that circle. Make sure you label through the center. I didn't draw a center. Make sure you make a center and draw through the center for the semicircle. All right, and so then example 3, if the measure of angle AEN, so AEN, that's this inside it, this little angle, is 18 degrees, and JN is a diameter, and the measure of JES, this angle, is 90 degrees. So I'm going to draw the box and then label it 90 degrees. Find each of these measures. Well, immediately I know if this angle JES is 90, then the one next to it, because this is the diameter, NES also has to be 90 degrees. And so now I have 3 of the 4. This last one here, JEA, is the only one I have left to find. And so I'm just going to go ahead and calculate that. And so I know that 360 is the total. And I'm going to take away from that 90, 90, and 18. 90 and 90 is 180. And 180 plus 18 is 198. So I'm going to take away 198 from 360, and that's going to give me 2, carry the 1, 272? No, 162, because we're going to borrow the 5. So 162. Sorry about that. Again, if you use a calculator, check that math, but I do believe that is correct. 162 degrees. So now I know all of the degrees, therefore I know all of the arc measures, right? Because JEA, that angle matches the arc length from J to A, and that's true for all of them. So the measure of arc AN from A to N is that arc there. It matches its angle measure, its central angle, which is 18 degrees. And then JA, J to A, that is going to match this central angle, so it should be 162 degrees. And then JAS is the major arc. It's 3 letters, so that's how I know it's the major arc. So J all the way to, this way, J to A to S. You follow the letters J, A, S. That's 162, and then another 18, and then another 90. So we have to add all of those, or a faster way would be to just subtract this piece that's not included from 360. So either way, but I'm going to do the addition because I want you to see that it is the addition all the way around this way. So 162 plus 18 plus 90 degrees is going to equal 270 degrees. Make sure that you are pausing if I'm going too fast. You may also be able to slow down the speed. So if I'm going too fast, please make adjustments. Example 4 says that ray FD is a tangent to circle O. So FD, that's a tangent line. And so we know that if a tangent is drawn from a point, we know something to be true about those sides, but I'm not sure it's going to ask us for sides. It's not. It's only asking us for angles and arcs. So based on that, based on the angle measure given, so this is 38, that's the given. This is 85, and that's 45. Find the measure of each of the following. So the measure of angle DOF. So we trace D to O to F. That's this angle here. That's the first thing that we're going to try to find. And so how do we find that? Well, we know that this angle, because this is a radius and this is a tangent, is 90 degrees. So now we know of this triangle, a 90, a 38, and now we just need the missing third one. And we should remember that the sum of the 3 angles of a triangle are 180 degrees. And so we should be able to say 180 minus the 38 minus the 90 degrees is going to give us our sum. So 180 minus 90 is 90, minus another 38 is 52. 52 degrees. All right, I'm going to pause just a second. It occurred to me that I should have a calculator so I can do this quickly. So that is 52. And then the measure of EOA, from E to O to A, is this measure here, I'm going to do 2 lines there. And so then how do we find that measure? Well, if we look, let's see, we have a 45 here. These are not vertical, but we have a 90 there. And then we know this is 52, and that's 90. So now we can see that we have 45, 90, 85, and 52, and then just this piece that we're missing. And we've said that all the way around the interior angles of a circle are 360 degrees. So we can start with 360 and subtract from that. And I'm going to find the sum of all these. So we're going to, instead of writing it out each one like that, because that's, you know, a little bit confusing maybe, I'm going to add 45, 90, 85, and 52. So let's do that quickly. 45 plus 90 plus 85 plus 52. And so 272 is what I am subtracting from the 360. And 360 minus 272 gives us 88 degrees for angle O, or EOA. And so I'm going to write that in, 88 degrees. Because now I have all of the interior angles, now I will know all of the arcs. So arc AB from A to B, because the central angle is 45 degrees, the arc AB is also 45 degrees. AD from A to D, and again, A to D, make sure you go the short route because it's a minor arc. So it's A to D the short way. That's going to be 88 plus 52. And so I'm going to write that here. It's the 88 plus the 52. And 88 plus 52 should be 140. And then arc AC, and again, these are all minor arcs because they're just 2 letters. So we're going to do the short distance from letter to letter. So A to C gives me the 45 and the 90. And so 45 plus 90 should give me 135 degrees. And then BC is just this piece, and BC is central angle 90, so the arc length is also 90. Remember, we are naming arc lengths here, but they just match the interior angle length. That's what makes this so easy. All right, the major arc ADC from A to D to C, and again I'm going this way following the letters A to D to C, that crosses 3 arcs. So I'm going to combine 88, 52, and 85. So 88 plus 52 plus 85. So let's add those. And that is 225. And then arc A to C to D. Again, this, tracing those letters, A to C to D, that crosses these 3. So 45, 90, and 85. So 45 plus 90 plus 85. And that's going to give us 220 degrees. And then arc ED, again that's a minor arc, E to D, is the central angle is 52, so that arc is also 52 degrees. And then angle A to E, that central angle is 88, so the arc AE is also 88 degrees. So I do hope that you find that to be pretty easy and straightforward. Example 5. Find the measure of each of the following angles. So again, these are all angles, and so now we have some information out here about our arc lengths, right? And so let's take a look at that and see what we can figure out. We are given some information for all 4 arcs, and we know that all the way around a circle is 360 degrees. So we're going to start by adding all of this up and making it equal to 360 degrees. So I'm going to start with A to B and just work my way around. So x plus 4x plus 2x plus 15 plus 3x plus 15 is going to equal, all the way around the circle, is 360 degrees. And so from there, I am going to combine like terms. Remember, if it's just an x, it means one of them. So 1x and 4x and 2x and 3x. That's 1 and 4 is 5, and another 5, because 2 and 3 is 5, is 10x, plus 15 and 15 is 30. That equals 360, and now we just solve for x. We subtract the 30 from both sides, leaving us 10x equals 330. Divide by 10, and please be sure to pause the video right here if you feel like you need to do this math on your own. And then when we divide 330 by 10, we get 33. So we have solved no angle measure yet. We have simply found what x equals. So we go back to our circle, and we can apply that right here to this arc. That is 33, so that interior angle right there is 33. And then 4 x's, that would be 4 times 33. That would give us this arc and that angle. So 4 times 33 will give us 132. So 132 degrees. And then we can apply the 33 to 2x plus 15. So 2 times 33 plus 15. That's going to give us 81 degrees. So if that arc is 81, that central angle is 81. And we apply that 33 to that x. And again, if you need to pause this and do this calculation yourself, please do. So 3 times 33 plus 15 is 114. So if that arc is 114, that central angle is 114. So now I should have, well, possibly have all of the answers. I may have to add some of these together, but let's see. AOB. AOB is this angle here, which is 33 degrees. BOC is this angle, which is 132 degrees. COD is this angle, which we found to be 81 degrees. And A to O to D is that last angle there, which we found to be 114 degrees. All right, so again, it's just algebra that we already know how to do, applied to a new theorem about circles. And that is all of the notes for this unit. Please make sure you go back and look over anything that you're not sure about. My apologies for not being here for this, but hopefully you'll walk through these and be able to successfully complete the notes in the assignment. I'm going to pull the assignment now and show that to you. All right, so here is the assignment for 7-1. There's information given, so make sure you read and then label what you need to label. And then it's asking you to find the name, determine whether the arcs are a minor arc, a major arc, or a semicircle. Remember, the semicircle occurs when it is a diameter. So if you go from T to R all the way around to E, since that's a diameter, that is the semicircle. So don't forget that. So you're going to name the kind of circle, the kind of arc here, and then how many degrees it is here. And remember, your angle measures match your arc measures. So if TSR is 42 right here, label that. And then remember, vertical angles, that's on the board. Vertical angles are congruent. Angles that are next to each other that form a straight line are 180 degrees. They're a linear pair. They're supplementary, so they equal 180. So you're going to have to do some subtracting to figure that out. But again, it's the things we already know how to do, just applied to this new skill. And then 4 through 6, again, this is going to be like the last example we did, where you have the angle measures that are angle measures that are expressions, and then add those equal to 180, and then you should be able to answer those. And then the 7 through 15, you are again naming, is it a minor arc, a major arc, a semicircle? That's this blank, and then you're finding the degree measures of the arc here. So find arc TG, from T to G is that minor arc, and again, you have a starting place. So across the circle, that's a diameter. That's a radius forming a 90 degree here. Therefore, this side is also 90 degrees. So that's the place you start. From there, use the information that you're given here about TEG, and you should be able to find the other two. All right, and then this one does have a back. So again, make sure you're reading what it says here, labeling appropriately. Use your notes. We did examples like this in the notes, so use your notes if you need to. And then 22 and 24 is this image, and that would be review. No, it is not. It's still asking for angle measures and arcs. So again, read what it says here, fill it in, and then you should be able to find all of those measures. All right, so hope that you can use the notes and that they are successful in helping you. If you are struggling, try to email me and see if that works, and maybe I can respond. But otherwise, I hope that this was enough to get you through this assignment and then tomorrow's assignment as well. So tomorrow's assignment is just more practice of this. It's called 7-2, but it is the same exact thing. So use 7-1 notes tomorrow. If you need to go back through this video, then do that, but I doubt you'll need to do that twice. But hopefully these notes have been helpful.